You probably heard that the Fed decided not to cut interest rates, even while house prices continue to rise and inventory continues to be relatively low. In Sonoma County, things are no different. However, things are changing. For people who live here, you might think inventory is up, and you'll likely have seen an increase in the number of price reductions. So in this video, I want to discuss all these price reductions that we're seeing here and why this is happening. So before I start telling you more about what's happening in Sonoma County, let me explain the Fed's decision and what it means for real estate. With the Fed's plans not to cut interest rates, buyers and sellers will face a direct impact with questions like, is it now a good time to sell popping up, even though there may be one cut if the inflation numbers are kept in check relatively soon? The Fed's actions and words should probably give buyers some renewed confidence that rates will only get better from here on in. However, the market is not as strong for sellers as some of the numbers might indicate. We're seeing an increase in the number of price reductions across the board, with an average price reduction of 8% over the past 30 days. But do you know something even better? That is if you're subscribed to my channel to receive new videos just like this one and updates about living in Sonoma County. I promise you, if you subscribe, I'll continue to bring more and more videos on everything you need to know about this area, from the lifestyle to real estate to market tips to things to do and much, much more. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And this is kind of what's happening in Sonoma County. I mean, if you live here, you may have noticed that the number of homes for sale has increased sharply from this time last year. In fact, it's up 37% to be precise. You may be thinking that this is a sign that inventory levels are up as more people put their homes on the market. Unfortunately, this just isn't the case. The number of new active listings is actually pretty flat when compared to this time last year. The inventory levels increased by 29% to 2.7 months, up from 1.9 in June of last year. This basically means that if no new homes came on the market, it would take 2.7 months for everything to sell out, compared to 1.8 months this time last year. And just to give you an idea, as a rule of thumb, an inventory level of less than 3 indicates a strong seller market, while an inventory level greater than 6 indicates a buyer's market. So we are still in a seller's market, but it's definitely getting tougher for sellers, that's for sure. The luxury market, which I'm defining as homes worth over $2 million, is a leading indicator for the housing market as a whole. So looking at this market, new listings are down 3% to just 149 across the entire county over the past 3 months. But what's more interesting is that homes are taking 20% longer to sell compared to this time last year, and they're now selling for 93% of asking price compared to 98% of asking price this time last year. So things have definitely softened off. Here in Sonoma County, the area that's been hit hardest with price reductions is actually the Russian River, with 34% of homes seeing a price reduction over the past month. I mean, that's a huge percentage and a big change from this time last year. While there is a correlation between higher end properties and larger price reductions, big price reductions aren't confined to multi-million-dollar homes. However, it's hard to ignore properties such as 5285 Westside Road in Healdsburg that had a whopping 36% price reduction. Although that being said, it was from 13.9 million to a mere 8.9 million, so definitely a big haircut for those owners. The popular markets of Sonoma and Healdsburg are the ones that are actually showing the most resilience, which is interesting. In Sonoma, just 17% of homes had a price reduction, while in Healdsburg, this number was 22% compared to an average of 24% across the broader spectrum. I mean, this is somewhat surprising given that they also have more higher end homes. I mean, it just goes to show the power of location, location, location. It makes a huge difference to the resilience of the home price value. And usually the Russian River market is one of the cheapest markets in the county, but it's also the area seeing the highest average price reduction, which seems counter to some other data. For example, the average price reduction in the Russian River is 12% over the past month, even more than the average reduction in the higher end markets of Healdsburg and Sonoma, and more than double the price reductions we're seeing in similarly priced markets elsewhere. I mean, one reason for this, it's certainly my opinion, is the fact that this is the first full summer season of home sales impacted by the change in vacation rental rules. And this is resulting in a fall in home price values in that area, with the median price falling by 5% compared to this time last year. And this compares to markets like Sonoma and Healdsburg, where prices continue to rise by 7% and 4% respectively. But let's look at the bright side of all this. I mean, now it seems like interest rates have stabilised and will likely only head in one direction from now, which does make for a more stable and certain environment. I mean, there is a real possibility that mortgage rates might decrease slightly if inflation continues to decline, and if the Fed implements the projected rate cut. This will definitely drive up demand as more buyers step off the sidelines. But let's not forget that on top of that, it's an election year. I mean, historical data suggests that the housing market can experience increased volatility during election years, which can be due to uncertainties about future economic policies and their impact on the broader economy. So what does all this mean? Well, the combined effect of continued high interest rates and the natural uncertainty caused by a presidential election means that the market will likely be slightly schizophrenic for the rest of the year. For sellers, it means three things. First, you have to get your pricing right. If you list too high to start with, I guarantee you'll be leaving money on the table. Second, if you have a home that's turnkey and move-in ready, you'll be able to continue to get a premium price. And third, if you do want to sell, I would either move quickly to get it on the market now so you can take advantage of the typically strong buyer market in August or September and try to avoid the undoubted post-election flood of homes. I mean, as for buyers, it means that you have a lot more leverage than you did a year ago, that's for sure. The challenge here is that a lot of sellers think they're in the same market we were in a year ago, and that's just not true. If you are prepared to buy a home that isn't totally turnkey, it's a good time to try and find some value in the market before the likely increased buyer activity next year. And by the way, if you are moving to Sonoma County from out of the area, make sure you grab my Sonoma County relocation guide, and I'll put a description below. There you'll find everything you need to know before moving here. A breakdown of the area, the things to do, the different neighbourhoods, and way more besides, so do make sure to check that out. So that's just a summary of where we believe the market is right now. So if you made it to this point in the video, there's a good chance you're thinking about buying your next home or investing in this area, or maybe buying a second home or selling your current one. We'd love to be your real estate resource of choice. Just email me at david@brewingtonhargreaves to get started. Our team's the current #1 team in Sonoma County, helping over 70 families in 2023, represented in nearly $80 million worth of transactions. So we're here to help, whether you're looking for a second home, looking for a vacation rental, or if you just want to get the inside track on new construction, or if you want updates on homes that are coming in the market. Please do get in touch. And hey, before you go, if you like this video, you'll love my next video about everything you need to know before deciding to move to Sonoma County. There, I'll break down an A to Z of the different areas, what it's like living here, and way more. So make sure to check it out. See you in the next video.